which is a mixture of crystallized gases such as nitrogen, methane and carbon monoxide. According to some assumptions, Pluto's core may generate enough heat to melt some of the icy mantle. In this case, deep beneath the surface of the planetoid, there should hide a very salty and toxic ocean containing large amounts of dissolved ammonia. As for the surface temperature of the dwarf planet, it is very low and is not over 60 Kelvin or 213 degrees Celsius below zero. Our journey around Pluto will start at the most outstanding and well-studied feature of its relief, Tombau Regio. This vast area is located in the equatorial zone of the planetoid and is shaped like a heart sketch. This resemblance earned the region its informal nickname, the Heart. Its size reaches 2,300 kilometers, which means that the plane occupies about a quarter of the celestial body's entire area. Tombau Regio's surface is not homogeneous. Thus, there is a smooth and light plain in its western part, known as Sputnik Planitia, whose diameter measures 1,492 kilometers. An elevation map will reveal this region to be a vast lowland area. It is covered with a thick layer of nitrogen ice, as well as carbon monoxide and solid methane. These substances have a light coloring, which makes some parts of the plane reflect up to 90% of the light falling on them. There are also virtually no craters, which means that the region is very young in geological terms. According to the main hypothesis, Sputnik Planitia formed about 100 million years ago, when Pluto experienced a collision with a large celestial body. As a result, a huge impact crater appeared. It was filled with contents of the hypothetical inner ocean of the dwarf planet, which rapidly froze there. Some typical features of the relief of the plane can serve as evidence of this. For example, there are quite a number of smooth surface areas on it, ranging from 20 to 30 kilometers in size, with hills and depressions concentrated on the borders between them. This kind of structure resembles convection cells, which appear in any fluid heated from below. This may serve as an indirect confirmation of the hypothesis of Pluto's warm interior. Tombau Regio is surrounded by comparatively high mountain ridges. Thus, Hilary Montes, lying to the west from Sputnik Planitia, reach 3.5 kilometers in height. Tenzing Montes are located in the southern part of the heart. Some of them tower as high as over 6 kilometers above the dwarf planet's average surface level, which makes this ridge the tallest one found on Pluto. Remarkably, these rocks are likely to be made up mostly of water ice. And in temperatures as low as here on Pluto, water ice is as solid as rock. Moving a little further south, we can see a deep basin surrounded by massive multi-layered ridges of ice and rock. It is assumed that it may be the vent of an ancient cryovolcano, and the rock around it is its numerous frozen eruptions. Their chemical composition is of great interest to science, because once it is known, the peculiarities of Pluto's inner makeup may be studied. The eastern part of Tombau Regio is darker. In addition, its surface is pockmarked with a great number of craters, which means that this region is by far older than Sputnik Planitia. Moving further east along the equator, we will see a chain of dark spots, hundreds of kilometers in diameter. These objects are called maculas and are named after dark deities of various cultures. For example, one of them is named Balrog. Together they form a giant structure called the brass knuckles, encompassing the celestial body along the equator. The maculas are separated by high mountain ranges, and their surface is cut by deep crevices reaching hundreds of kilometers in length. Cthulhu Macula stretches to the west from Tombau Regio. It is the largest dark spot on Pluto, measuring almost 3,000 kilometers. Its surface reflects not more than 30% of the light shed on it, which is a stark contrast with the bright and light Sputnik Planitia close by. There is still no reliable information about what maculas are. It is assumed that their dark color is due to a high content of tholins, combined with a relatively large concentration of impact craters, This indicates that maculas are remarkably old. It is also known that the surface of Cthulhu macula is heterogeneous. Thus, its relief in the western part is undulating. The central part